So it begins. Welcome back to another episode of The Infectious. This should be episode 4, actually. Right on time. I'm a strong believer of everybody's assigned a number when they're born. And I believe my number is 4. So this special video goes out to my birthday. This is going to be a sense of dedication and motivation that lasts through eternity because I'm posting this online. I hope you find some motivation and dedication and anything in this video that inspires you or makes you feel happy or makes you feel believed in or makes you feel inspired or relatable. I hope you find that in this video, honestly. A lot of times I do have trouble finding that sense of being relatable to somebody else, which is hard because a lot of people don't talk about that inner demon or that inner issue or whatever that's on their mind that makes people relatable. Sorry, I hit the mic. This is something that I really want to do. Hopefully it impacts somebody. Hopefully I listen to it again and it impacts myself, because that's like my sole purpose. My sole purpose is to become the person I want to be at the end of my time, and that is a happy, genuine, kind, loving, honest, true to self person. That's who I want to be. I feel like I'm definitely on the right path. I'm taking the right steps, I feel like. And if I feel like I'm taking the right steps, then they have to be the right steps. If I do stray from that path, I hope I find myself back, hopefully down the line onto the same path or to a better path that I can hopefully be on. I want to look back at this video one day and be inspired myself to pursue and keep pursuing what I love. And what I love is speaking and inspiring people and making people feel happy and like related and like not alone. That's why I want to feel like, that's how I want to make people feel. I don't want to make them feel like they're alone. I want to make them feel like there's somebody else out there that feels what they feel or have felt what they felt or have seen what they've seen. And they're always open to more experiences. Not all of it's going to be the same between each person. It's always going to be different. And I'm a firm believer of that. A lot of people go through a lot of similar things, but in different cases, different scenarios, different variables that are different, and they just change throughout time. But I do want people to feel like someone can relate to them. I want people to feel like someone can relate to them in a way that others can't. I want to be that person. Like, that's solely what I want to be. Growing up, a lot of times I felt like I was different. I always felt like I was different, and I always felt like I was distant from other people just because they didn't understand me. A lot of times I feel like a lot of people don't understand me to this day. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people do. A lot of people catch on to my patterns. A lot of people catch on to my mindset, and they see exactly how I feel. And they're like, oh, you feel like this day, huh? And I'm like, well, I'm surprised you caught that, because I'm a very distant person. I'm trying to be a better person, like a better, closer, not intimate, but emotional person to myself and to others. I feel a lot of people like that side of me than just being bland, silent, corner kind of nigga. Like, I don't want to be that corner guy anymore. I don't want to be different, but I want to be different in my own way. The idea for this video today is being dominant in your situation, being dominant in things that you want, being dominant in what you want to pursue and how you feel about things. Finding that sense of, I'm gonna dominate my situation and make it my bitch no matter what, is really essential when it comes to achieving your goal or your success. A lot of times we're not willing to sacrifice what we're doing right now to achieve that mentality of dominance and like strive for exactly what we want to do. A lot of times I found myself slacking and wandering off and not being focused on exactly my goal. And that's not like speaking in terms of every moment, but speaking in terms of about a week or two or a month, me slacking. Usually it doesn't go on that long, how it used to, but now I'm able to focus up and see exactly where I want to be and where I want to get and find that motivation. And being able to find that motivation, whatever that is, either that's a visual representation of your goal. Either that's something that you wrote down, something that you think every day when you wake up. Use that to help you and to push you and motivate you to reach a certain point in your life where you never want to look back at the point or a situation you're in right now. I use my workday as my motivation to not do that bullshit ever again. I work at a fucking call center. I hate that shit every goddamn day. Yeah, I get calls from annoying customers. A lot of them are pretty humble about what they have. A lot of them don't appreciate what they have, and they just want to complain and just dabble on ideas and things that I don't care about. Like, why are you even talking to me about your goddamn house being remodeled and having all this nice shit? It's nice for you. I don't want to downsize it, but at the same time, I really don't give a fuck. So I use that as motivation. I never want to be that person that has a bunch of shit and doesn't appreciate what they have. A lot of times people don't realize what the fuck is around them. That's the issue. A lot of times they don't realize what they have because all they see is what they have and what they could be getting. A lot of people don't realize what they have at the end of the day every day, and they just want to complain about it and just complain. Appreciate what you have, bro. You have a fridge full of food, you have a house, you have a garage, you have a car. Stop complaining that, your third car isn't working. It's dumb and stupid and so minimal to so many things that go on around you every day. This fucking country's in poverty. There's people probably across from you not even being able to pay their rent one day, and you're over here complaining about a fucking sandwich that got fucked up today at Starbucks. Shut the fuck up. I ain't trying to hear that shit, especially not me. I don't tolerate that shit. I hate seeing people that are ungrateful for their situation and just want to put other people down that are already down, in a lower situation than them. They just want to put them down even more just to feel better about themselves. You, my friend, can suck a dick. If you're that person, you can go fucking suck a dick. But yeah, appreciate what you have, right? Appreciate your view. Appreciate your fucking car. Appreciate the food. Appreciate a snack that somebody gave you. Appreciate a goddamn high five. I don't know. You can find joy and enjoyment in anything that you put your mind to. It's just if you're willing to realize what you have and what you can enjoy and indulge every single day, it'll probably make you happier every single day. One step forward, just closer to your center of happiness. You're always going to be looking for that happiness because you change. Just like the world changes around you, your perspective changes. You change how you see your joy. You change how you see your sadness. Something that probably wouldn't even bother you today might bother you in 20 years and might make you furious. Or something that you didn't really realize can make you so happy today can make you extremely happy in about 5 days. You never know. You just got to be willing to open your mind up and open your mind up and open your eyes up to new things. A lot of times that is the hardest part of the process, just being able to accept new ideas or new instances. A lot of people don't really want to see that other side of things. That's why we have so many closed mind, ignorant people in the world nowadays. And a lot of people are starting to realize that because we have social media, and those people that are ignorant go on social media, talk about their ideas, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? For a prime example, our president, this nigga's so stupid. He tweets the stupidest shit, and people are like, what the fuck? Is this man really the leader of our country? Is this who we have representing us as a people? And that's the fucking sad part, which is funny because a long time ago, before he actually won his presidency, we were just clowning. I remember being in history class in my senior year in high school, and everyone was like, vote, and I couldn't vote because I wasn't going to be 18 yet, but it happened, and he was elected president, and here we are now, fucking 4 years later, still with this bullshit in a pandemic. Good job. And it's not his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault, but just the situation from where we were to where we are now has changed completely. And that's another prime example of being able to be accepted, be willing to change. Be willing to change depending on your situation. The more you realize your situation and the more you realize the little things that make you happy in that situation, you'll be able to get rid of the big negative issues in your life. This is just my opinion. It may be different for other people. It may be harder for other people. It may be easier for other people. But from what I've seen, this is what helps me. So hopefully this helps somebody else. Just simple things. There's so many simple things you can enjoy in life that we really overthink and we don't take into mind. Like, you don't need a bunch of shit to be happy. A lot of people feel like they have to have a bunch of items or a bunch of material things to make them happy. A lot of times you do want material things and they do make you happy, and that is going to be true, but a lot of times people overdo this shit. Like, people overdo like the whole situation. Like, that's why you have people joking around about being a shopaholic to make themselves feel better, or buying a new fucking house because they feel like Sally down the road might judge them if they have a shitty ass house. Like, no one gives a shit. In reality, nobody gives a shit about you and your life. So why the fuck do you care about other people's opinion about what you have? How about you care about what you have? Just block out the noise. Like, a lot of times people just look, a lot of times, at least what I used to do also, I used to do, let's say you used to do anything, like you used to walk down the hallway in high school wearing some nice ass clothes. You wore the nice ass clothes so somebody can comment on your clothes. But in reality, you out here just fishing for comments the whole time. Nobody's gonna give you a comment, like at least for me, because maybe I was fucking ugly shit. But for me, I always felt like, I was like, damn, I can't go to school looking bummy because I feel like people gonna talk shit, blah 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 blah. But then I hit a point and I was like, nigga, I don't really give a shit. No one really goes out here giving out compliments and shit like that because they're either too nervous or scared, or don't really want to give you that sense of satisfaction, which is dumb. I mean, you don't need that sense of satisfaction from the start. You don't need that at all. You just need what you think about yourself, how you view yourself, how you approach yourself, and how you talk to yourself in your own head. That's all that really matters, to be honest. Too many times we focus on others' opinions when it doesn't really matter. A lot of people that are successful and happy, by successful I mean happy with their lives and in a good state, I guess, financially and emotionally and mentally and physically, they don't give a shit. They just live their lives. They don't worry about what other people are saying, because there's so many people out there sharing their own opinions that you can only take in so much. So why take in any? There's no point, because it's just gonna overwhelm you and hit you, make you feel like everyone's just throwing negative shit at you, or high praise. It could go both ways. It could be too much high praise or too much negativity, and that just fucks with you. That puts you on a platform when it comes to high praise, and it makes you feel like you're a fucking god and you can do whatever you want. And then one day you get knocked down and you feel like a piece of dirt on the sidewalk getting stepped on. And when it comes to that negativity, you could be negative your whole life, and then someone gives you the utmost compliment and you feel like you're on top of the world, and then you never receive a compliment like that for a while, or you receive a compliment and you get knocked down right after, you feel like shit. So like, why care? As long as you care about what you think and how you view yourself, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. No one really gives a fuck about your life. I say this in the context of, like, if you really think about it, nobody gives a fuck. They may comment on it 1 second, but they don't spend every waking moment thinking about you and thinking about what you're doing and thinking about how you feel, or thinking about what fucking car you bought what you bought today or what clothes. And no, they don't. They move on with their lives. Or scientifically proven that you can literally focus the most amount of focus you can have in one sitting about one idea or one topic is about an hour. That's why in college classes they give you about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and they give you a break, or you go to a different class, because there's no point in having you there for more than an hour. It's shown that the attention span of a human being is just, that's how as long as it goes. Everything else is just bullshit going in through one ear and going out the other. So the fact that people think so much about what other people are thinking about them, and they think that every waking moment of that person's life is you in their head, is completely false. Because the moment that they leave that physical, I guess you could say, the moment they don't see you anymore, or don't see your name or an idea of you, like out of sight, out of mind, is out of their head. Like it's like slowly fading away. You can't control the human brain to the maximum potential that it is, but you can guide it. You can guide your brain to reaching a point where you are comfortable with how you are thinking of things. You're comfortable with how you feel about things. A lot of people overthink shit. Dots. Have you ever seen Kenny Beats? Kenny Beats. He has a motto or a saying, and it's dots. Don't overthink shit. Just don't. There's no point in overthinking any situation. If you feel like you're overthinking anything, just get your mind off something. Get your mind on something else, and then come back to the idea. It doesn't mean that you get your mind off it and just forget it like forever. You can get your mind off that situation and then come back to it. You can come back and think about it. Maybe you have a clear head, a refresher, more ideas for it. A lot of times we feel like we have to focus on that one idea because we feel like we have to get it done there and then, or we have to solve the problem or get over that person there and then, when it's not like that. Everybody has a refractory period where when it comes to a certain person that they want to get over or something that they want to forget about, there's a refractory period where they can shorten it. And if you train your mind, you can shorten that refractory period to a point where you don't feel like you're thinking of that situation as much. But just something I've personally been researching on has been helping me with my situation when it comes to thinking of certain people emotionally. A lot of times I think about my mom or my parents, and it's tough because I do get emotional. I don't show it, but I get emotional inside my head, and I start thinking about a lot of things that affect me. That day, it could change my mood in that split second. I could be happy. The next second, I could be sad. Doesn't mean I'm bipolar, but it means I'm human. Like, I'm a human being. My emotions do change. A lot of people's emotions change over time. A lot of people are more happy than others. But I feel like being able to be comfortable with yourself and that refractory period of your emotions is really strong, because that allows you to just guide your mind and guide yourself and make you feel more comfortable and more secure in your own head. A lot of times people are scared to be in their own head and think about what makes them tick, or what makes them happy, or what makes them feel a certain type of way. And that's tough, because you should never fear yourself. You should never fear your brain, and you should never fear the thoughts that run through your head. You should always want to speak about it. You should never put it off, and you should embrace them. Embrace it. Depends on what kind of thoughts. Some motherfuckers got some weird ass thoughts. If it's some weird shit, don't embrace that shit. Throw that shit away. Weird ass niggas. But I don't know, man. Just don't be scared of yourself. A lot of people are scared to explore themselves. By explore, I mean just explore your brain, bro. Let your shit wander. Let your mind wander. Let thoughts run through your head. Start doodling on your paper, bro. Express your creativity. A lot of times people don't want to express that creativity anymore because they feel like they're an adult and they have to be this and they have to be that and they have to be, I go to college and I have a career and blah 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 and I can't act like a kid anymore. Shut the fuck up. Like what are we talking about right now? Why are you so scared of being creative? It makes you more productive. It makes you want to spark new ideas. It makes you want to change your lifestyle, change your way, change your mind, change everything. Like, change is not something people should fear. Change is something people should embrace. Of course, I want change for the better. I don't want change for the worse. But if change for the worse comes first, then change for the better, that's completely fine. However it works for you is however it works for you. It's you. Everybody's unique in their own certain way. We have to stop grouping people together and making them seem like they're the same person just because they came up the same situations and they came up through the same mindset, or they came up through the same physical features. Like, we should never judge people or place them in like categories or stereotypes of what or how they should act. A lot of times I live in a prominently white state, so a lot of people, I feel like, which is something I have to change about my own mind, but a lot of times I feel like white people look at me and they want to categorize me as a person of danger, a person of high risk. They don't want to be close to me. They don't want to interact. They always look at me weird, give me weird looks, which is completely fine. I don't care. I'm not gonna go up to you and try to intimidate you or press you in some way just to make you feel like that's true, because it's not true. I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna let you think how you want to think. If you do want to really see the real side of me, then you can be a motherfucking human being and come up and ask me and have a normal conversation if you're really that curious. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. So at this point in my life, I've been learning how to ignore that noise, block that shit out. They look at me, I look at them right back, and I give them a smile. That's it. I do some goofy shit, because this is who I am. If you look at me funny, I'm just gonna laugh. Like, I don't really give a fuck about what you think of me and how you feel about me, because at the end of the day, you're just a random ass person I'm probably never gonna see ever again in my life. And if I do, then that gives you a second chance if you really want to get to know me. If not, get the fuck out of here. If I want to get to know you, then I could do the same. Other than that, I don't. You shouldn't give a fuck. That's where it comes back to people not giving a fuck. If you don't give a fuck and you think about other people's opinion, let's say I don't give a fuck, right? And there's fucking Billy Bob Joe on the road, and he's thinking in his mind, damn, does this nigga really give a fuck about what the fuck I'm doing right now? And we come back to me in my mind. I don't give a shit. I'm ignoring everything. I don't really give a fuck. Billy Bob Joe's out here being pressed because he thinks, and somewhere in his mind he thinks that I'm fucking thinking about exactly what he's doing or what they're doing or how they feel or what they see of me. But I don't. So in reality, he shouldn't give a fuck either. Move on with your life, bro. Stop dwelling in certain situations where you feel like people are judging you or people are holding a strong opinion of you, because the only opinion you should have is of yourself, and that's all that really fucking matters. Just know that you always have yourself at the end of the day, no matter what. Just always have that perseverance, that mental perseverance, that no matter what the fuck happens, I know I'm gonna have myself, and I know I have good intentions, so I'm always gonna attract good, genuine people around me. That's something that I really do believe in for myself personally. Just something to think about. Of course, this is all just my opinion of things. A couple things I feel like I should recommend for people to do to maybe clear their mind or start taking certain steps to reach a point where I've been, where I feel like I've been improving on. Go for a walk, man. Go for a walk. It's starting. Summer's almost here. Go look at things, sightsee, take pictures of your neighborhood. You probably lived in a neighborhood for plus years, and you probably never taken a picture of a beautiful plant or a beautiful building or a vintage store or something like that. You don't have to do that, but at least explore your options. You have so many options around you every day that people don't want to take the opportunity of, and they just want to just live a linear life. Like, why do you want to live such a linear, boring life? Explore things. We live on planet Earth, and niggas are scared to explore certain things and explore ideas and explore places and experiences and people just because they're comfortable where they are. Stop being comfortable. Be uncomfortable. Put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and see how you change, and see how you react, and see how people look at you different and actually want to be around you more, just because you're more happy or you're more enjoyable to be around. But that's one thing. You can go on a walk, you can take pictures, listen to different music, meditate. I meditate every once in a while, read a book. I know these are pretty generic ideas, but these are ideas that people don't really do. These are ideas that people say, yeah, I'll do it, and they don't do it. You can do a bunch of things. You can look at the sky for 30 minutes and just think about things. You can close your eyes, let the sun hit you. People sit in the sun. You can, what else? I said drawing already. You can draw. Just expressing that sense of creativity allows you to add new ideas. That's what I feel like. The more you tap into your creative side, the more that allows you to express ideas and express new experiences, because that makes you bring new things into your life that you probably wouldn't think would help you change, but it does. So just some things to work on. Drink more water. Niggas don't be drinking water enough. It sounds funny and corny and like, oh, drink water, fuck. Like, do it though. Like, actually try to do it. Like, stop bullshitting. A lot of people say they're gonna do something and they bullshit. So stop bullshitting. Stop right now. Stop. But yeah, man. I know a lot of these things you can still do. We are in quarantine still, I guess, because niggas have to stay at home. But you can do a lot from home, just like you can do a lot from outside. You just gotta try. People are just so easy to give up on shit, which is okay. I won't give up on it, but you can, and I hope you join the ride as we go on and on and on and on and on. But that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the Infectious video. I hope your families are well. I hope you're feeling healthy. If not, go get checked. And I hope you find your happiness eventually, one day. I hope so. Bye. Love you.